is Tantra some type of demonic worship? Because there is, animal sacrifice, and there's these goddesses or deities or devis, right? Not there's no gods and goddesses. Say devis, that's the correct word. They look very frightening, right? So how do you know? Then people say, no, it's holy, it's not a satanic worship, and so. But how do we know for sure? And I even started to ask that question myself, and I came to a firm answer. So I'm going to be discussing how I came to that answer, and in the video today. And for those of you who like the contents of my video, please don't forget to press like and subscribe. This will greatly help my channel to be able to reach out to more people, and you'll be doing not only myself and my channel a great favor, but also all those other people, who will be benefiting from this simple act of yours. So on behalf of all of us, we say a very big thank you for that, a small act that you could do for us. So for those of you who don't know me, I am Osman. I'm a bioenergy healer specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses. I'm on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, and also treating other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments. If you have any stubborn illnesses and you want to try out telepathic energy healing, contact me for a free consultation. Visit my website, yogawellness786.com. You'll get my contact information and more information about my services there. Also, I have an amazing offer: 10-minute anxiety fix delivered to you telepathically anywhere for less than the price of a Starbucks coffee, just $5. Also, my contact information in my website, yogawellness786.com. So, I'm also an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching it now for 46 years. In that time, I had the great privilege to study under some amazing, great masters from different cultures, from different schools of thought across the globe, from the Far East, the Middle East, the West, and including the scientific communities. To that end, I created my own unique protocols from the combined knowledge, but made them much simpler and results oriented. Basically, adapted them for the 21st century. And I now have students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol that I created is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, yogawellness786.com. I'm and remember that my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So, coming back, to this theory on Tantra, is it satanic? Because, I mean, when there was a British occupation, they declared it to be satanic, right? And that this is something, forbidden because they sacrificing animals, and the goddesses and all are looking scary with axes in the hand. It's very frightening. You look at the Kali pictures, and the Mahavidyas and all. It's very scary. So is it? How do you know? Because it looks like a spoon, works like a spoon. It must be a spoon, right? So, but this looks like, I mean, there's blood involved, and sacrifice, and also in the old days there were human sacrifices in some of the traditions, right? So they don't talk about that, right? But there are some traditions that say no, they will decapitate, especially when it comes to the 64 yogini that decapitate a dead body by permission of the family. And what is this satanic worship or what? You know? So I had to think about it from a spiritual perspective, and being advanced in yoga and meditation, having had my first Samadhi experience when I was 19, multiple Samadhi experiences. So I understand the nuances of spirituality, and I know what is the different regions or worlds, right? You get the lower worlds, the middle worlds, and the higher worlds. So they say the Devis and Devas or the Mahavidyas or Tantra forms part of worshipping or engaging the energy, connecting with the energies of Devis, which belong to the higher worlds, to the world of the um, I don't like to use the word gods, the Devis and Devas, right? Um, so it's like the heavenly worlds, right? The higher planetary system, which is not satanic, is the lower worlds, like the demons, the ghosts, and the Buddhas, and the Pichachis, and the Pretas, right? And Rakshasas and Asuras, all right, in the Hindu mythology. So these all come from the lower worlds. So the lower worlds, to go in meditation, one can travel astrally through to either the alternative dimensions within your own level, or to levels below, in the lower worlds or the higher worlds. You raise your consciousness and go through the higher chakras or the lower. You got your root chakra. Below the root chakra, there's seven other chakras below that, right, that people don't talk about, right? But because they are portals to the lower worlds. So because I'm doing energy healing, I'm also having to do spiritual conditions where people are possessed in. I sometimes have to visit the lower levels and make some type of deal because they angered some lower entity, right? And they have a curse of this. I have to bargain the removal of the curse, right? So I have to go to these lower this thing. So how I travel is I lower my consciousness to the lower portals and I go. So when I considered the tantras belong to the higher um, energy centers, because you will even know that each Mahavidya or each Devi is related to a different chakra from the root chakra, right? Kamalatmika is for the root chakra. The sacred chakra is, I think, Matangi, and Baglamukhi is for your solar plexus chakra. Domavati is for your heart chakra. Chinnamasta is for your throat chakra. Bhairavi is for your third eye chakra. Bhuvaneshwari is for your Brahmarandhara, the opening in your, between your physical body and the higher worlds, right? The ethereal worlds. And then you got the three goddesses, the higher, your chakras above that, right? The three levels above. You get your Sabikalpi Samadhi experience, where this is, I would translate that to Tripura Sundari or Shodashi. And then you get the chakra above that where you get Nirvikalpi Samadhi, and I'll relate that to Tara or Tara, Mata, or they call Matara. And then you go above that, which is beyond, existence and non-existence, right? Beyond, naissance, is Mahakali, right? The origination of everything, so these are all chakras above. So it's not satanic, not evil, right? Evil would be, no, and we say evil, when you go speak, these are all very intelligent entities. There are intelligence there in the lower worlds as well. They are not just barbaric. Yes, you can't, don't mess with them. They have high powers, so you're afraid because most people don't know how to defend themselves against these entities, right? But they are just alternative form of life, right? And they have a lot of power, they have intelligence, they have their own communities, they have their own problems, community problems, like how we have, you don't know which political party, there's factions between two countries, and people, arguments, and having declaring war and fighting and killing. There's all these things everywhere, right? There's this other worlds, right? You get to know. But from the definition of what is satanic and not satanic, this is definitely tantra, in my opinion, definitely not satanic, because you have to, you go through the higher levels, through the higher level than the human levels, right? Than the normal standard level, in human life. And when you're transcending to the higher levels, especially the top three Devis, Kali, Thera, and Tripura Sundari or Shodashi, then these are, transcendental, right? Transcending even normal spirituality, above the energy levels, right, into the causal level, right? So my take on it is tantra is not a satanic, but something that is of higher worldly order. Okay? Take care of yourself, and remember that if you have any stubborn medical conditions that is concerning you, contact me or connect with me for a free consultation. Visit yogawellness786.com. You'll get my contact information, also more information about my services and about myself. And look forward to hearing from you. yogawellness786.com.